in meditation on the fact that we are the last generation, without a doubt, and our lives are very, very quick as a vapor, as it is. And even if you die before that day gets here, that will be your judgment. In other words, judgment happens when you die. And I know that that's arguable because we have, I should say, your judgment is sealed. As soon as you die, that's the end for you. As soon as you die, that's the end for you. So the end is at hand. When we say the end is at hand, we could be talking about the end of this age in general, the end of man's rule, the end of the kingdom of darkness. Or we could be referring to the end is at hand, meaning your life personally. How old are you? How many years do you think you have left on this planet? The inevitable reality is a judgment, a face-to-face encounter with a living God who we sinned against. That's the reality. That's the most real thing that you could even think of. There's nothing more real than that. There's nothing more real. Pinch yourself. That's real, but it's not as real as facing God when we die at judgment. That's our personal judgment. So we can say, oh, the end is at hand. People have been saying the end is at hand for, thousands of years. The end has never came. Oh, the end came, all right. Every single person that said that is dead in the ground facing their judgment now. Now, the great white throne judgment doesn't happen until at the end of the 1,000 years. Hold on a second. At the end of the 1,000 years is the great white throne judgment. But as soon as you go into the ground, your fate is sealed. There's nothing you can do to add or take away from the consequences. So even though there's still a process involved in judgment, and it may be that way with the saints, I'm assuming that as soon as the saints are dead, we go before the throne of God and we're judged immediately. That's my assumption. There's the Bema Seat judgment of Christ, the judgment of the saints that's going to take place. We see them judged in Revelation chapter 15, which we'll get to, standing on a sea of glass mingled with fire. We've identified the sea as people, mingled with fire is the judgment. So that could be the judgment then at that time. But I think that as soon as you die, whether you're righteous or whether you're wicked, your fate is sealed. It's just a matter of processing out your judgment. Your judgment is the very next thing on the itinerary. So the end is at hand, meaning your life is quick, meaning life is short. I think when we say the end is at hand, many people think, oh, Jesus is coming back, and that's what you mean. Well, he hasn't come back for 2,000 years, so stop saying the end is at hand. It doesn't make sense to say the end is at hand when, we've been saying that for 2,000 years. But I'm saying it in reference to your life being nothing but a vapor, a very short twinkle in the eye, and it's here today, gone tomorrow, like a bubble on top of the water that'll pop in a split second. It's over quickly. So the end is at hand. It's almost like, eternity is so much longer than this life here. And it's like, sometimes I wonder, how can what I do in this short world, this short time here, affect my eternal placement with God? It's a very sobering thought. It really is.